killing money.
What is up, guys, and welcome into another episode of the Ain't It Funky podcast. My guest today is Lina Anderberg. Lina is born and based in the beautiful country of Sweden and is the drummer for Swedish pop star Zara Larsson. Growing up an orphan, Lina struggled throughout her life with depression and ADHD, feelings of low self-worth and self-deprecation. She has overcome all of these things through hard work and sheer determination and is now touring the world playing big festivals and arenas, getting industry-wide recognition as a force behind the kit, which has led to a headline slot this year on the UK drum show Mainstage. In our conversation, we spoke about how Lina overcame adversity in her life and changed her mindset to become a force to be reckoned with, how she manages to practice despite her ADHD having her mind constantly wanting to drift, why she dreams of moving to Nashville to play country, and more. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe wherever you're listening. The video version is available on YouTube as well. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy. All right, Lina Anderberg, welcome into the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Lina, thank you for being here. So, Lina, you're from the beautiful country of Sweden. Let me ask you this to start. What is your go-to or your favorite fika order?
I think it's, as we say in Sweden, kanelbulle, a cinnamon bun.
Of course.
Freshly baked. But I also love anything with chocolate.
Okay.
Like a mud cake or brownie. I take anything, to be honest. Anything sweet.
Do you have any particular like places that you like to go for kanelbulle, or am I saying that right?
Really.
I hope I am.
Just a bakery, cafe.
Just any place.
Yeah.
Okay.
How easy.
And are you quite a big coffee drinker, or?
I am. I guess almost every musician is. I don't know why, but yeah, I've been drinking it every day for the past 15 years. So
yeah,
I'm a Swede in that manner. Like I do want my coffee strong, very strong.
Yeah. I think it's for musicians, I guess it's kind of like a coping thing to like keep you alive, to keep the brain focused on, because there's obviously so much stuff going on.
At least you can fool yourself to believe that it will work. But
Yeah.
probably it doesn't affect me. Like I rarely like the morning coffee. It's just because I said to myself that I need to have it.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters, to be honest.
Let me ask you this, because obviously you've got the UK drum show coming up this month.
I do.
How are the preparations going? How are you feeling about it? I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but how's it been going?
I'm feeling good. I'm very excited and also nervous. But I'm so glad to like do a performance where I get to decide. I can play anything. I have 45 minutes on main stage. I'm allowed to do anything. I don't have any guidelines or anything I have to follow. I basically asked like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? They were like, you can do whatever you want to. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know if you know like what you got yourself into, but I'm so excited. Yeah.
So what are you able to divulge anything? What are you kind of planning to do? What are you preparing for it? Like songs, or are you gonna kind of just play freely and then open this floor up to questions, or what's your kind of plan?
I am gonna play a lot of material. I think that's my plan. But also I want to involve the audience somehow. If there is an audience, we'll see. Maybe I'm gonna end up being there by myself. I hope not, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm gonna play.
I'm sure there'll be an audience for you. I'm pretty certain, because I mean, you've obviously been killing it. You've been, your social media and over the past years has obviously grown to, what is it, like 150,000 people now?
No, like 117.
Oh, okay. Only 117. Yeah. but yeah, I'm sure you'll have a good audience, and
I hope so.
Yeah. But what else have you had going on? I saw on your stories you've had quite a lot of gigs with Zara Larsson at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah, we've been out majority of this year. We've been on the summit tour that is
Yeah.
still on.
Amazing.
So right now, I'm kind of just trying to balance shows with teaching, with the private things I do, like preparing for UK Drum Show, did a Pearl event, and just trying to have time for everything. And but yeah, I like to be busy.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate even more that you've taken the time to be here because obviously it sounds like you've got loads going on. So yeah. But on tour, because I know you're very into fitness. On tour, how do you kind of manage to balance the touring with the fitness? Tell me a bit more about that.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It is freaking hard. But it's like, so what's been the difference between the spring tour where we were doing nightliner, the tour bus, was that we had basically the whole day in the city we came to. Like for every city we had the whole day because we arrived in the morning. Now when we're doing festival shows, the band doesn't sound check, so we're never at the stage or on the stage before the show starts. And
Mhm.
we play late shows, like around 12 a.m. Sometimes we play the show 2 a.m. So we maybe arrive to the festival like 10 p.m. and leaving maybe 6 a.m., 5 a.m. sometimes. And then, so maybe we arrive to the hotel 7 p.m. Then you have a choice between eat food, sleep, or go to the gym.
Mm.
And I'm just trying to go to the gym.
Good
I'm
on you.
just trying to go to the gym.
Yeah. What
Uh,
what kind of stuff are you working out? Like what kind of stuff do you like to do exercise wise?
I do like to mix cardio with strength. So like just free like weights, and then I do treadmill intervals and a stairmaster. I'm more into stairmaster now than running, but I was more into running like intervals, sprinting before, but now I switched it out to stairmaster.
Oh, okay.
So but yeah, I'm just trying to like kind of do my regular gym schedule, but on tour. But sometimes when we've been traveling 12 hours and we have 3 hours to show, you can't. You're not a superhuman, but it's just like you just have to do it when you don't want to do it. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And then are you quite strict with like nutrition, or do you kind of just like to eat what you eat?
I I'm blessed with a good metabolism, I have
Okay.
to say, but I'm trying because food is so accessible, especially like when the the higher level you get to, the more food, drinks, sweets, everything is just better. There is
Mm,
more food around. We get treated really well. We always have, lunch and dinner, breakfast, and then we have after show food. But it's like I'm trying to not restrict myself, but I'm just trying to maybe not drink 5 Coca-Cola Zeros every day because it's just accessible. I can have 5 Red Bulls a day. I can have, 5 bags of chips every day. So I'm trying to think about it just because the health in here, but you know, to like try to maintain somehow. But I do eat what I want to.
mm. Okay. Well, yeah, you're as you say that you're very very blessed to have that, especially yeah with all the all I do know from touring that like it's tough with a busy schedule, and as you say late nights and stuff. It would be so easy to kind of indulge in your in your junk foods and your comfort foods, but
Let me
yeah.
say this, like I try to not eat pancakes and waffles on the hotel breakfast every day.
Mm.
That's like I do what I can do. But
Absolutely, absolutely. But being so kind of health conscious, have you ever gone? Again, a question regarding Sweden. Have you ever gone ice bathing in Sweden? Because I know people kind of like to do that over there.
no, no, I
No.
can't. I can't. I don't know. I'm doing the infrared sauna. I like it. The ice bath. No, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do the cold showers. I'm freezing like 85% of the year. No, 99% of the year. So I just hate to be cold. I'm freezing all the time. That's why I should be born and live in a warm, exotic country. So I no, I don't like it.
That's fair enough. That is understandable. That is understandable. Um, but so what inspires me so much about your story is I read, obviously I did loads of research before this, and I read somewhere that you were an orphan as a child, and obviously you overcame so much adversity and things that uh, yeah, as I say, just adversity and mental challenges. I know you went through seasons of like crying every day and telling yourself you're not good enough and all this
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
and it fascinates me that you managed to overcome all of that stuff and to get as far as you did in your career. Would you have any like advice or insight for maybe people who are going through similar stuff, or struggling with depression as well? What's kind of something that you would say to those people to for for them to overcome that basically, and progress in their career?
So the thing with like, you know, the uh, like the imposter syndrome, or like not that's what you call it, right?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know you know when you just like you're losing your confidence, you just tell yourself you suck at this, you suck at this. um that and the depression is kind of two separate things, but still not. But the depression is due to my messed up childhood, and then I think I just been putting so much pressure on myself. So speaking about like the drum wise, how I'm trying, it's still here, like it's still here for everyone, but I'm just trying to not every day knock myself down anymore, because apparently I want to be a drummer. And then I can live my life telling myself every day that I suck, that I should quit play, that I will never be good enough, that I'm never gonna achieve my dreams. Or I can tell myself every day, oh, you know you're not such a good drummer. Oh wait, stop. You're doing a pretty decent job. You are practicing. You are doing this. If you just keep working, 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 things are gonna happen for you. And I'm just that mindset kind of switched when I started to like get into a lot of like law of attraction and like these like mental, like switch your brain, like how you think and how your brain is programmed. I got into that stuff like during COVID,
Mm,
because I was just so tired. I was like, is this how I'm gonna live my life for the rest of my life? Be miserable because I just tell myself I suck. But also that part, why I tell myself that is also from my childhood. So it's like a part of it, I don't know what's due to my childhood and what's due to me as a person.
mm,
But the depression stuff on the other side, that just came to an end where I was like, either I'm not gonna be 25 or I'm gonna get help. So I decided to get help. It took it took a long time. Sweden is
mm.
good in many ways, in many, many, many ways. Not so good in other ways, but it took
Okay.
me a good, I would say, between 5 and 7 years to become better. And then I just did a lot of self work, a
Mm.
lot of self work, where I was like, I need to I need to reprogram my brain. But I was just tired of being miserable and be depressed all the time. So you just have to make a decision and you have to get help.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were talking, so you said Law of Attraction. Is that a book or?
No, it's just like this, if you think about it enough, it will happen.
Okay, 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 okay. Gotcha.
And this with like when I'm talking about like reprogramming your brain, is that I programmed my brain for, let's say I started to reprogram it when I was 26, then I have for 26 years telling myself every day, you're this and this, you're ugly, you can't do shit, you're the worst person ever, everyone hates you, stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's gonna take me years to kind of I'm still working on it.
Right.
Aging helps. but you have to actively want to work on it. It doesn't just come for free. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's my, what I did. And yeah.
Yeah. But that, I mean, that will to just to as you say, even some days where you don't want to get up, or even some days where you feel too down to do something or whatever. Like the, that will is amazing to just do it, and to um, whether it is the working out, as you said, on tour, or whether it is the working on, I don't know, did you do like therapy, or what sort of?
I tried therapy. I didn't get a good therapist, and then I couldn't afford to pay for one. So I just
Hmm.
got a lot of antidepressants, and then I just tried to help myself.
Okay, okay. But is there any sort of advice for people maybe in a similar headspace that you would say, that you would give someone?
Just like maybe figure out what's the source of the depression, or if, or whatever, if you like, what if you have depression, for example, figure out what's the source and what can you do about it. Is
Hmm.
it your job? Is it your family? Is it things from your past? And also, yeah, okay, one thing that I stopped doing that also helped is that I stopped seeing myself as a victim for what people done to me in the past. I'm so depressed because of my childhood. It was so hard. No, no, no. I stopped doing that.
Hmm.
I can't let my past decide my future. That's also what I did. I just like, I don't remember it anymore. It's gone. That person is gone. Everything, um so yeah, but it takes time. Also have like patience. It takes time. It's not going to take 1 week. It's going to take probably years.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, biggest hats off to you for overcoming all that stuff, and for getting so far in your career. That's incredibly inspiring.
Thank you. And also I had ADHD, which was like also like a reason for my depression and how my brain
Okay.
works, and I knew it, but I didn't get the right help. So when I also got on board with that, everything also became so much better. So yeah,
Okay. And how
that's
would you say the ADHD kind of tied into? Would you say it helped you focus when you were maybe practicing long hours, or would you say it kind of made it tougher?
no, I never been able to focus. I'm like, I sit down. I never done any drum books. I never did my drum homework. I never did anything. When I sat down, it was basically 80% staring into the wall, and 10% trying to play, or like, it was, I tried to do like have some tools, put a timer on, and then um hardest part is just to sit on the chair and not go up every 3 minutes, and um so it it's not to my benefit with practicing at all. Like I'm the type that cannot sit down and focus and be still.
Wow. Okay.
So
So
that's the downside.
okay, but then how did you? Because I know, for instance, like I think at MI at Musicians Institute in LA, where you studied, you talked about staying in all day and practice, practice, practice. How have you kind of manage to practice for many hours and progress, if that is the case of every 3 minutes you kind of want to your brain the scatter brain thing, like kind of wanting to get up, and so how have you managed to combat that?
I try to divide my practice session into different like uh tasks, or like, okay, I did a warm up for 30 minutes, and I was no, actually 25 minutes crucial with the timer, and then break with the timer. I did the next thing with the timer, then break with the timer, and then I have to like do this, but then also the like 25 minutes with the timer was maybe 10-15 good minutes, and then it was just me trying to get my brain to work. I didn't realize that I actually might be practicing wrong, that I've been
Mm,
just thinking it's the hours, it's the hours, it's the hours, but meanwhile it might be that I'm just trying to get my brain to work, and then it's not effective. Like it's not the right way for me to practice, because it's literally me. I'm not learning, I'm not developing, I'm just spending time when my brain is confused, kinda. So I
Okay.
don't know. I'm still trying to find the best way for me to practice.
Mm.
Um, but just like with the timer, and then try to write a schedule, because I know that practice is important. And then I'm like, okay, how is everyone else practicing? I didn't understand, like, why is no one struggling? Is it just me struggling? Why do I suck? Then it came again, why can't I practice? Um so I just try to uh, have a really clear picture what it is that you expect from yourself on that practice session, and timer.
Okay. Did you keep a practice log? Did you write down what you were
No,
practicing?
I
No.
tried once in a while, got to 2 days strike, and then I lost that paper somewhere.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm very bad at that. I'm telling everyone else to do it, but I'm a hypocrite. I don't do it myself. I should do it, but that's also the thing with, like, oh, I'm done with practice. That was enough. I'm not gonna sit and like write a lot. Like, oh, I don't know. It's too much.
Okay, but then how are you practicing material? Like how's the are you just
Same
focusing
thing.
on one page or something or what's yeah, walk me through kind of your practice process.
So if we're speaking about preparing for artists, I do have a very strict routine how I do it, since I've done it so much and I know what works for me. But it all depends on if I'm also, doing the backtracks and cutting all the samples and stuff like that, and programming my electronic drums. But I have a super, like, um I do the same. I do time schedule, but which with each song. So I do, like, maybe I write 2:10 to 2:30 p.m. This song, and then I go to the next one, and then I go to the next one, and then I go to the next one. When I'm done, then maybe I first start to learn them. Then it's time for step two, sample. Okay, I'm sampling between this time and this time. I'm gonna get all the samples done. Okay, done that. Round three, uh, okay, load the samples. Round four, play this song between 3:15, 3:30. It's like this. Otherwise, I can't see. It's too much. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I just get overwhelmed. Oh, I'm gonna learn 20 songs. If you say that to me, I panic. I want to lay on the floor to be like, I don't know 20 songs. Uh, I don't know what to do. But if I do, like, okay, we're gonna do 3 songs for this time, 3 songs for this time, one song maybe hard. So I divide it. Then I will be like, okay, because then I also know that I will get the work done in time.
Right. Okay. And so would you say you've learned more by not necessarily practicing like rudiments and stuff like that? You maybe learn more from
I know
you know,
one rudiment. It's a paradiddle.
really that's like the only rudiment you've
6 stroke roll. I mean, I don't know. Like, I sometimes I feel like I don't know anything. I feel
Hey, but everyone has their own methods, their own approach of practice and stuff, and so yeah. I mean, clearly you must be doing something right, but
yeah.
so you basically learn by learning music. Is that how you kind of figure out what's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
what's
I
going on?
think so. I just watch other people play, and then, like, now I become more interested in, like, okay, how do you actually play a paradiddle? Because I never learned the techniques, and I've never learned, like, oh, on this paradiddle hit you're supposed to do an upstroke to prepare for a down. And now I'm be like, well, this is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's because I'm old now, or if it's because, I do have medication and I can sit down with things. uh but it's just like, now I think it's kind of interesting. So
Okay,
no,
so
I've just basically been, what, what I've been doing. I've been learning to play songs as a job, and I'm not. I can't play the fastest rudiments, or I can't do this crazy drum solo. But I know how to sample sounds and make it sound like Spotify.
okay, nice, yeah. So is that would you say the sampling thing would that be something you recommend for drummers who are trying to get maybe into the pop world or into the playing with artists or whatever? Would you say that's kind of a very important criteria for someone to know?
Yes.
Okay.
yes, if you want to play pop music and if you want to work as a drummer, also other genres too, you need to learn. Well, I'll play Roland. You need to learn the Roland stuff. Like, you just need to know it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I get amazed how many drummers like doesn't know it.
Mm.
And I'm like, what? Isn't that like you just have to know it? Oh no, I never used an SPD. I'm like, how do you play the snaps in the song? Well, I don't play them. I'm like, what? So yeah, but then they can play all the rudiments with the left hand faster than me playing with both hands. So you know,
But are you getting more into the rudiments nowadays, or you're like, no, it's I'm good on the path I'm on. You're not
no, I'm
necessarily.
actually working on the paradiddle.
Oh, you are okay. You are working on the parallel.
All with the paradiddle.
Okay. What kind of exercises, out of curiosity, are you kind of
Just
doing with the
everything. Like I think paradiddle works amazing. Like so, what I've been doing this year is working to play with a computer basically. So because the bass and everything is on tracks, so I've been just trying to work on my timing because I play a lot of a lot of the on the KT10 and a lot of patterns with no subdivisions whatsoever in the hands. So I've been just using the paradiddle to practice timing. So I do all the bass drum patterns, but just on a paradiddle because then I can also see, oh shit, this 16th note was not tight. Okay, then I work and then I like start the paradiddle with my left, depending on what hand I'm gonna hit the snare with. So I'm kind of using that for that and just like, yeah, practice the timing in my bass drum and my snare in different patterns, especially on the E's and Ahs.
Right. Yeah. I remember seeing the Zildjian your Zildjian lesson on YouTube.
Yeah, and also
Uh,
like people were like, "Oh, that was such a boring lesson." I'm like, "You asked? It works.
hey, it's a
That that
great
boring
exercise.
lesson works. You can do everything with the paradiddle." That was just like, oh, you don't know what you want to practice, oh, you can practice this. And people were like, oh, that was such a boring lesson. I'm like, I don't care. I I'm happy. I do this as my job. You can be angry in your room. I don't care.
There you go. There, absolutely. Keyboard
You can never make
warriors.
people happy on the internet anyway. So
Absolutely. And honestly, I think people discount like the kind of simple stuff. Breaking stuff down like that. They discount that.
mm,
Be, even though that's like it'll give you like amazing fundamentals, especially that exercise where it's like permutating the kick on the different 16th notes of the paradiddle. If you can do the e's and the ahs, which obviously you said yourself in the video, if you can lock that in without flamming it, then when you groove and you play like ghost notes on the e's or ahs, and you combine that with the kick, that obviously will give you like such a solid groove, because a lot of people might end up flamming on that because they're not as confident on those like on the offbeats or on those 16ths. So it's a great exercise. It's.
or then you're gonna have a show where you're just gonna play the bass drum, actually a KT10 on the one, and then you're gonna have a bass drum on the last 16 notes on like the four or whatever, and then you have no subdivisions. Then have fun with the paradiddle.
Exactly.
But
But
it's like as I said, like uh, if I do a video where I play simple beats, I get comments, "Oh, this is so boring. Everyone can play this." If I play something fast, I get comments like, "There is no soul. Oh, you cannot play a simple beat." It's like, oh, just don't listen to people. Just do you. People are never gonna agree. They are always gonna have something to say. I'm
mm,
just like, I make money on playing four on the floor. Uh, you know.
yeah, as you say, people can be keyboard warriors from their rooms and just but like the difference is you're actually on tour. You're actually, as you say, making money, playing
And
playing.
not like in a cocky way. It's just like
No, no, no.
it's really just like, well, let me do me and you can do you. And if you want to watch chops, I can link 500 super fast drummers if you don't like my simple beat.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
Yeah. And so
also, I
speak.
don't think people realizes Sorry, I'm just talking. We
No,
have
no, oh, no, no, no.
it's like
You're the guest. You talk as much as you want. No worries.
I don't think people realize that also everything, if I get the chance to record with Sildian or Pearl Whitford, it's a resume for me. So if I want to work as a like I'm a working drummer, if I want to work as a drummer, it's good for me to put out videos where I play a beat, a groove. Like I can play the same groove for 3 minutes. Is my resume. It's like that's what if I want to get hired, I'm not Josh Foster or Devon Taylor, you know. But so okay, new subject. I don't know.
No, but as you say, you have your identity, they have theirs, everybody's. I love what you said in another podcast about you were talking about Nate Smith, and you said, yes, I love Nate Smith, but I could never be Nate Smith because I didn't grow up playing. I assume Nate Smith grew up in church playing gospel, and you didn't. You grew up playing different stuff, and
I
you were
started practice drums when I was 18. There's no way I'm gonna be playing like
exactly.
those guys. I mean,
Exactly. But that
when they were playing drums, I was in that orphan home or whatever it's called. So
yeah. But I mean, you still are as much on tour and working and making money off music as they are. So it's like, and you're still inspiring people with your playing, your flair, your pocket.
thank you.
Absolutely. Me included. I've been a big fan of your playing for a while, so I'm definitely stoked that you're here and chat drums and yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I've
Absolutely.
been having some imposter system syndrome lately. So just
Really? No. Why?
a
Why?
lot.
Why?
I don't
Where's it?
know, like we've been talking about not caring what people say, but you care. So no, actually, like you just have goals, and then you. But it always gotta be like this. I don't know. Maybe not everyone is having it like this, but I'm just trying to get through it and go to the next level.
Mm, absolutely. So you say like the comments do kind of affect you? Is that something that you kind
Not
of
the I think it's also mainly myself. Like, oh, it was not 100% tight. You can do better. And everything. Like, I just evaluate. Is that the word? No, like I just check my own playing a lot, and to be like, I am not 100% satisfied. And
mm,
why isn't this better? Why I did practice this and it should be better? I always like, I do record myself to the grid every time I practice, and if it's not tight, I'm like, you suck. You can't play drums. So
I know that feeling too well, Lena. I think a lot of people struggle with that thing, and it's especially nowadays in today's social media age, it's easy because you constantly see all these unbelievable drummers, and I think it's too easy to kind of subconsciously compare yourself, or even as you say, to want a standard for yourself that you almost can't even necessarily achieve because it's like it's so high and you're always trying to push yourself, always trying to get to that next level. So I totally understand. I totally get the imposter syndrome thing, and yeah.
yeah, but just trying to work yourself out of it, and then your life is gonna be so much better because
Absolutely.
social media is fake anyway. So not
Absolutely.
everyone, not there is so many good drummers out there, but a lot of social media is fake, and I don't people realize that.
Mm,
So
yeah, for sure. You're not the first one who said that, so it's reassuring, I
I'm
think,
just
for
mostly impressed by people having drums without microphones and they sound perfect. So I'm like, how do you do that? I want to learn how to do that because I don't want to mic up my drums or mix my drums. So teach me how to do that. You know,
Yeah.
sound replacement. What's that?
Absolutely. So, I want to kind of touch briefly on your time at Musicians Institute. How would you say that the time at Musicians Institute in LA kind of changed the game for you? How did it? What did you learn there particularly, maybe, or what experience did you pick up there? that you feel like maybe helped you progress to another level, or did it? Yeah.
I signed a lot of papers back there, so I don't know back then. So I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Let me just say I'm very disappointed at the school how they handled the whole COVID situation, and I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. That's totally fair enough. Okay,
I
okay,
can
okay.
say this. I can say this. The drum teachers are amazing. I didn't get the chance to have my lessons at school. I had it the first 6 months. Then it was behind a computer. We were in a lockdown in Hollywood. I had no money. The school took out the same fee. Even if we were not allowed to be on campus, we didn't have our regular lessons. It was not the material we were paying for, and we still had to pay the full amount. The drum
Mm,
teachers are great.
okay, okay.
Great, especially Fred. Fred is a hero. The
Mm.
school couldn't care less.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah.
So
But
I can't tell anything about that because I spend my time at my lockdown.
okay. But which teachers? Which Fred was the drum
Fred
teacher?
Dinkins.
Jenkins. Okay, I don't think I've heard of him. But which other teachers did you kind of have drum
I had
wise?
Albie, and then I had Gianluca, and then I had Val for a while, and then I had go. I'm trying to remember. I don't even know. I can't. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was a few teachers. Like the drum teachers are great.
Hmm.
The drum program is good. It's good if you will get what you paid for.
Yeah. Ugh.
But now I'm gonna keep quiet.
Oh, okay, okay. No, 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 no worries. We can move on from that. But yeah, I wanted to ask you real quick because I know we have limited time. But I also wanted to touch on. So I know that you said in another podcast you were very inspired to play pop music from Jesse J. Like you kind of had this epiphany from seeing Jesse J. Now I know that your dream is to move to Nashville and play country. Was there any particular country artist or any drummer or any like anything in particular, any songs, any artists that you kind of were that gave you the same epiphany, or how did that dream come about?
I think it was just like me getting into country music probably in my time when I was living in the States. And then it's just so groovy. It's something with the groove and like, the lyrics you can say what you want, but it's like it's groove and there's guitar solos. They just play live.
Mm,
It grooves and it's just like, it speaks to me. I can't really explain it. Don't get me wrong. I would be as happy to live in LA to play pop music or do both. I can move to Brazil and play Brazilian pop music. I can move to Germany. I can no, but it's like the Nashville. The thing is, I've done my branding. No one knows about it, so I need to rebrand myself and be like, hey, by the way, I play country music all the time when I practice. I just,
nice.
you know, it really love the music and
Okay.
how they play and just have fun and it lives.
Mm.
Maybe some people won't agree, but I just like you can be laid back, you can be, it's groove.
Absolutely. And look, I want to show you something. Look. So my background on my phone, do you recognize that?
That's the Broadway, right?
That's correct. That's Broadway. Have you been to Nashville?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
last year I was there for like 3 days,
Okay.
and I
Nice.
found a drummer in Nashville. He showed me Broadway because I didn't know anyone, so I think I
Mm.
like downloaded Raya or something, and I was like, I found a drummer, and then I was like, hey, what you doing this afternoon? I've never been in Nashville. I have 3 hours before a dinner. Can you show me Broadway? And he did.
Oh, and was your mind absolutely blown? Did you have
It was worse than I thought.
what really? No, in what way? Why?
It was like three bands in every bar. I just heard awful rides and snare drums everywhere. I'm like, oh, how, it was like 3 different rides coming from the same bar. Like,
Yeah.
it was nice though. I mean, everyone had a vibe. I can't do those 4 hours shows. I like the maximum 1.5 hour. Perfect. I can't do 4 hours. I admire the people working on Broadway though. Like, they are playing for long hours, and I it wouldn't be my thing.
Mm.
I want to get straight to the arenas.
Well, and you are, so yeah. How long are the Zara Larsson gigs? Are they 1.5 hours?
75.
75. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah. But so, Lina, we are coming to the end of this episode. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to shout out? Anything you got coming up? Obviously, the UK Drum Show, but the floor is yours.
Yeah, just like my performance, UK Drum Show, Sunday on main stage, 12:45. And then I just want to genuinely say thank you to the companies that supports me. And I want to say thank you to Pearl, Silljam, Big Firth, Remo, Roland. And then we have other companies that they know who they are, and just like, and also like everyone who watched my videos or sliding into my DMs or coming to the UK Drum Show. Like, a big thank you, because without everyone, I would probably still be depressed.
Ah. Well, Lina, you're freaking killing
It makes
it.
my job possible. Let's just say that it makes my job possible.
Yeah, and you're
Nothing I take for granted. Like, if okay, I want to say also one last thing. If I can do if I can work as a drummer, if I can, you know, everyone can. You can do it. If you like, oh, I don't know how I can make it, blah blah. Yes, you can. You just have to make a decision. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Literally, you just have to make a decision and work harder than everyone else, because it doesn't come for free. But you can do it.
Lina, you have inspired me more than you know. So
To go practice. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely, I'm going. I'm going to the practice pad now. I'm gonna hit stick control.
You're gonna do those timer, the 25 minutes, and then you do a 5 minute social media break. Actually, I Lorna Lewis spoke about this, so it's not my idea. He talked about that, so I just want to credit him on that. I stole that idea from him.
Okay. So yeah, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes
5 minutes
off.
on social media, and then
media.
you do keep repeats, and then you take a 10 minutes when you need a coffee refill or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that just kind of scrolling on social media, or is that actually doing like posting something,
just
or like
scrolling.
just scrolling?
I just call it that because that's what you're gonna do anyway.
Okay. I guess that's what we kind of crave subconsciously these days with when we step away from the drums or the pad.
You don't want to go on TikTok and watch cat videos. You know it. Do that for 5 minutes and then go back to snare drum piece 5, 3, or 1 or whatever they called.
When I'm practicing, you know what I crave? I actually want to go on my phone and watch Lina Anderberg videos.
No.
Yes,
I
Lina.
always go watch like Josh Foster when I don't feel like practicing, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going.
He's amazing. He's so good. So good. Yeah. But yeah, Lina, thank you so much for taking the time. It was a blast talking to you. And I will probably be at the UK Drum Show, so hopefully I'll come by and see your set on the Sunday.
Then I will have one person in the audience, people in the audience, English. Oh my God.
I'll make sure to be as loud as possible. Yeah. Absolutely. Lina, thank you so much. And
thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Give me money.